Hi everyone, my name is Nick, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers. 10,000 subscribers was such a big milestone that I actually couldn't believe that there were 10,000 of you out there who actually enjoyed my content, so thank you. With that said, this is my attempt at a hardcore Nuzlocke using only dark Pokemon in Ultra Moon. If you don't know what a hardcore Nuzlocke is, here's the rule set. I can only catch the first dark type Pokemon in each area. If a Pokemon faints, it's considered dead and must be boxed permanently. No bag items in battle. I cannot overlevel the next totem, and the game must be played on set mode. I decided to do my level caps according to totem Pokemon instead of grand trials, because the badge counter at the bottom counts for totems. So since I'm used to changing my level caps with the badges, I thought it would be appropriate to change the level cap every time we move on to the next totem Pokemon. This makes the challenge more difficult anyway, since there are more level caps that we have to adhere to. There's a lot of dark Pokemon available to us in Ultra Moon, so we'll have a lot of options when covering our weaknesses. The hardest trial is definitely going to be the Totem Ribombee at the end, because a fairy bug type with 2 Omni boosts is definitely a scary thing to come. Real quick, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and go follow me on Twitch where I streamed all of this. I did need a lot of help from Twitch chat, so if you want to contribute to future videos, come check me out there. Thanks. The Ultra games can be some of the hardest in all of Pokemon, and they don't have traditional gym leaders like other games, so when it comes to rules in Ultra Sun and Moon, they can be kinda flexible. But according to my rule set, the location that determines where an encounter is caught is found in its summary. By my rules, since we do get our starter Litten on Route 1, we can't catch any other Pokemon in other parts of Route 1. This means that one of our encounters, Zoroark, will actually not be available in this playthrough. Since Litten only starts out as a fire type and not a dark type, we can't actually use it until it evolves into an Incineroar where it gains the dark typing. Until then, we'll have to use our other encounters. Our first usable Pokemon is Grimer, found in Hau'oli City. By also having the poison typing, it's a natural encounter for all the fairy types in the future. We also find ourselves in a Alolan Meowth, a fast special attacker. The last Pokemon to be caught is a Murkrow found in Hau'oli Cemetery. Murkrow is also going to be very useful when countering our fighting and bug weaknesses, so it's important that we keep him alive. This makes up our team as we go to fight the Totem Raticate. All Totem Pokemon have a boost to one of their stats, if not more. Totem Raticate gets a boost in its defense, so we don't deal too much damage with conventional attacks. This means that I have to use the first 2 turns to set up poison on the Raticate. I switch into Meowth as he avoids a quick attack. A bite hits me, but it's a dark type move, so it doesn't do too much damage. I use Fake Out on the Raticate to deal some more poison damage, and 2 scratches plus poison later takes him out. A peck from Murkrow takes out the Rattata, and we've won the trial. This gives us our first win, and we're moving on to the next island. With the barricade removed, we can make our way to Route 3 and catch another encounter, Vullaby. Since we now have 2 flying types on our team, you can imagine that the grand trial was a breeze. We go up against Hala, the kahuna of Mele Mele. He uses fighting types, a typing that we would normally struggle against, but with our 2 flying types, we easily defeat his fighting Pokemon. I first set up a nasty plot with Vullaby, and Gus takes out the Machop one-shot. Makuhita comes in and hits us with a Fake Out, but next turn a Gus does big damage. He then gets a 5-hit arm thrust, but the next Gus takes him out. This just leaves Crabrawler, who I switch into Grimer to take a fighting type Z move. He then hits me with a power-up punch, which leaves me with 3 HP as I hit him with an acid spray. A final gust from Vullaby takes out the Crabrawler, winning us the grand trial. We decide to meet up with Hao at the photo booth, and yeah, I can agree with Antler Boy, this is not fun. Apparently, there's no boats on these islands because the best form of transportation to move from one island to another is mantine surfing between them. However, this gives us access to an infinite source of battle points, or beach points, so we can infinitely teach ourselves moves that we otherwise can't learn. Also, does anyone know how many Pikachu are in this van? I spent 30 minutes just trying to enter this van, and there were so many Pikachu that came out. Like, how do you fit so many Pikachu in one area? Anyway, something that's only found in the Ultra games are totem stickers. I make sure to get 20 of them on Akala Island, where I can then receive a Totem Raticate from Professor Oak on Hia Hia Beach. I also go back to Mele Mele Island and visit 10 Carat Hill to catch an encounter that I forgot. Here, the Wild Carbink have a chance of calling Sableye as an SOS encounter. This is another encounter that we can get, so I make sure to catch him. At Paniola Ranch, the daycare lady offers to give us an Eevee egg. We're gladly accepting this egg because we're going to evolve it into an Umbreon. While making my way to the next trial site, Antler Boy warns me of this Magmar, who offers me his nice and toasty ball. And he just laughs at it. Regardless, this brings us to our trial site where we have our first meetup with this shady character who calls himself Gladion. He challenges us to a battle where he starts with a Zorua disguised as a Zubat. 2 wing attacks takes out the Zorua, and another 2 wing attacks take out the Zubat. He then sends out his Predator Dog thing, which I know will do big damage, so I switch out into Sableye. He's doing a lot more damage than I am, so I gotta switch out into Grimer, and he hits me with a Pursuit on the way out. I poison him with Grimer, and I switch out into Umbreon to stall him. Since my doggo is much tankier than his doggo, eventually we do defeat him. One thing I want to point out is that my last video got a lot of comments saying that Vaporeon is compatible, whatever that means, and that Umbreon is more durable. Comment below to let me know what that means, cause I certainly have no clue. Now that we've made it to Brooklet Hill, Lana tells us that there's a big monster lurking in the waters. I go to investigate while doing my trial, and I come across a huge Araquanid. Araquanid can be really scary since all of our Pokemon are dark types, and Araquanid has the move Leech Life, which is boosted in this game to 80 base power. If it's going to heal itself every turn, I might as well go for the passive damage with Poison. I start with the Poison Fang and badly poison the Araquanid, causing it to deal increasing damage each turn. I then switch into all of my Pokemon to stall the turns, and eventually it gets taken out. This just leaves the little helper Pokemon, who gets taken out by a Pluck. This finishes the totem trial, and we can now claim our Water Z Crystal. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, we will not be using Z moves in this game because it's just too powerful for my liking. With the second trial down, we can head over to Whale Volcano Park, where we fight against Totem Marowak. Now, we do have a good type matchup against Marowak because the Alolan form is a ghost type in this game. Unfortunately, Marowak has boosted speed and also has the move Brick Break, which can obviously do big damage. It also summons Salazzle as an ally Pokemon, so we're gonna need to be a bit more careful. After playing a game of Spot the Difference, Marowak challenges us to a battle. He always goes for Detect first turn, so I take this opportunity to switch into Murkrow. Pursuit does big damage to him as we take a Torment from the Salazzle. Flame Wheel hits us and deals big damage, but we survive and a Figgy Berry heals us back to 3/4 health. Seeing as I'm dead next turn, I switch into Umbreon who avoids a Poison Gas. We take a Flame Wheel, but we also get the Leftovers heal. I bite Marowak for the flinch chance, as we get subjected to Torment. He hits a super effective Brick Break, but a bite brings him down to red health. I switch into Sableye to take the Brick Break, as we get hit with a Venoshock. I then use Priority Shadow Sneak to take out the Marowak, and we've defeated the Totem Pokemon. All that's left now is Salazzle. I switch into Raticate to tank a Flame Burst with Thick Fat ability, and then use Hyper Fang to deal big damage. Hyper Fang crits and gets it down to the red, so next turn, a bite takes out the Salazzle, winning us the third trial. With the next trial just around the corner, we're blasting through this game with incredible pace. On Route 8, I meet up with a second shady figure. I don't know why, but I feel like I've encountered this guy before. I'm getting a feeling of deja vu as he's talking to me. It's almost like we've met before. Now, I agree with Antler Boy in saying that the photo booth is indeed boring, but I'm gonna suggest that the Festival Plaza is even worse. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Find friends? I already struggle in real life. You want me to do that in here as well? As I enter the trial site, I meet up with the trial captain Mallow, who orders me to get her some ingredients. As she's cooking, the totem Pokemon sneaks up on me either to get a taste of the soup or a taste of me. I hit it with a Poison Fang and manage to badly poison it as it deals damage with X-Scissor. It summons in its ally Comfey, but it can't really do anything. Lurantis tries to heal the damage with Synthesis, so I go for a Minimize to reduce its accuracy. Now it's just a matter of stalling. Lurantis will always try to heal itself as I keep using Minimize. It's never gonna hit me, so once I reach max evasion, I can take it out with Poison Fang. Comfey as well goes down to a Poison Fang, and we've won the fourth trial. While making our way towards the Grand Trial Olivia, we can catch a future encounter. Larvitar can be found in Diglett's tunnel, and it has a neutral nature which I'll definitely take over a bad one. Since it only gains the dark typing as a Tyranitar at level 55, I won't be able to use it until the very last trial. I've been doing this challenge for a week now, so it's about time we got some new clothes. Just look at this drip! It's now time to face our grand trial against Olivia, the rock specialist. Just look at that smolder! It turns out I have a hidden power that's super effective against rock types. Persian has hidden power Steel that does light work of all of her Pokemon. Anorith goes down to 1 hidden power, and then she sends out Lileep. Lileep actually lives and goes for a Giga Drain, but doesn't do enough damage. The next hidden power does take her out. Last is her Lycanroc. Now, Lycanroc might be faster than me, but we have a good chance of knocking it out with one shot. I go for it, and of course it goes down. We've now completed the grand trial on this island, and we can make it to Ula Ula. We have to make a pit stop at Aether Paradise to fight Nihilego, but this fight is pretty easy. Since we do have Steel-type hidden power, that's all we need to take it out. Finally, we find ourselves at Ula Ula. There was a rival battle against Hao, but he really wasn't a problem. On the new island, we can find ourselves one more encounter. Pancham and Pangoro are not the best Pokemon. Good attack, but too slow, but at least it has a good move pool. Anyway, now that we're up at Mount Hokulani, we gotta find the Charger Bugs first before we can start the trial. Something bad happens and a Togedemaru has to jump out and save us. Unfortunately, the voltage is too great, so a second chunkier Togedemaru has to save us as well. And this really pissed him off, because now he challenges us to a totem battle. Togedemaru is an electric steel type, meaning it's quad weak to ground. I taught Pangoro Bulldoze so that it can do big damage to the Togedemaru. First turn, I go for the Bulldoze, but Togedemaru goes for Spiky Shield, which blocks my attack. It then calls in its ally Skarmory, who doesn't have a good attacking move, so I wasn't too worried about him. Togedemaru goes for a bounce, as Skarmory sets up a Tailwind. I use Protect on the turn that it comes down to block the bounce. I then go for another Bulldoze and miss again due to the bounce. I have to use Protect and save myself from the bounce, as Skarmory goes for a Stealth Rocks. Togedemaru goes up, so I have to protect myself again. I then switch into Umbreon and start screeching it down. I tried to switch into Raticate and do some damage, but Togedemaru does way too much to me, so a combination of Steel Wing plus Zing Zap takes out Raticate. I send in Sableye, who's decently bulky. I go for Knockoff, which does a decent amount of damage, and it also removes the Citrus Berry. I send in Persian, who has big special attack, and take out the Togedemaru with a weak hidden power. Power Gem goes into the Skarmory, taking it out, winning us the 5th Totem Badge. It's sad to have a first death, but this means that it opens up a slot for another Pokemon, and this next one is going to be amazing. So let's talk about critical strike chance. Critical hits can be make or break moments, and they can wildly influence the outcome of a battle. In Generation 7, they changed the way critical hits work so that whenever you have 3 stages of critical strike chance, you have a guaranteed critical hit. Moves with a high crit ratio gives you 1 stage, items like Scope Lens or Razor Claw give you another stage, and the ability Super Luck gives you 1 more stage. When all 3 requirements are met, the attacks from a given Pokemon will always result in a critical hit. There are 2 Pokemon in this game that can achieve those requirements, one being Honchkrow and another being Absol. Now unfortunately, Honchkrow will no longer be used in this playthrough for reasons that you'll see later, but we are able to get our hands on an Absol. In Tapu Village, we find ourselves an Absol with Super Luck, and he just does not want to go down without a fight. While catching him, he had to take out both Sableye and Honchkrow before being caught. Usually, I would be pretty frustrated by this, but this just confirms that Absol is an amazing Pokemon. Not only does Absol have a plus speed nature, it also has incredible IVs. With Absol in our possession, we now prepare for the next Totem trial. Here, it becomes apparent that Fairy types are really difficult to face off against. The Totem Pokemon is a Mimikyu that has Omni Boost, and it one-shots all of my Pokemon except for Grimer. Eventually, I do come to a solution, but it does require some risks, so this is what I came up with. My solution requires me to sacrifice 2 Pokemon, because there are 3 criteria when fighting this Mimikyu. 1, I need to break its disguise, 2, I need to slow it down, and 3, I have to deal damage to it or lower its defense. I start with Umbreon, and I plan to sack him while lowering his defense. A berry keeps us healthy, so next turn I can go for the Assurance to break its disguise. Unfortunately, it dies this turn to a Curse. With 2 criterias met, I switch into Grimer to lower its speed. I tank a hit, and Rock Tomb lowers the Mimikyu's speed down to a level that Absol can outspeed. Now, in order to bring in Absol safely, I will have to sack Pangoro here. He didn't do much, but this is the most value he'll ever be. Pangoro goes in, takes a Play Rough, and goes down. Thank you for your sacrifice. With Absol in, Shadow Claw now crits and kills, defeating the Totem Mimikyu. Shadowclaw then defeats the Bayonet, earning us the 6th Totem Badge. 5 deaths between 2 trials. At this point, my Pokemon are dropping like flies. But for some good news, we now get access to Crocodile, an amazing Dark-type Pokemon. In my opinion, Crocodile is one of the best Dark-type Pokemon in the franchise. It's fast, it's offensive, and it has the ability Moxie, which increases attack with every kill. Even if it doesn't have Moxie, it has the ability Intimidate, which is one of the best abilities in the game. Being able to get a free -1 attack on your opponent is already amazing. Slap on its wide move pool, and you've got yourself a beast. This means that Crocodile is basically set up as a sweeper. In any generation that Crocodile is available, make sure to... Oh, it's faster than us? Wait, how? I'm max speed! It literally says 105 speed right here. Am I looking at this wrong? Am I not faster than this thing? Oh, what the fuck? This thing has EVs! I had it for like 5 minutes. It's like when you get a new phone and you drop it on the first day. The minute you walk out, you drop it. This was so good too. That's right. I forgot the one reason I recommend this game for more experienced Nuzlockers, the EVs. This generation has boss battles and trainers that are all EV trained. This means that no matter how good you train your Pokemon, they will always be slightly worse than your opponents. Anyway, with that slight setback, I meet up with Grimsley, who gives me the Sharpedo Jet. What are you doing here? You look so pale right now. You should probably go get a tan. On Route 16, I catch myself my next encounter, Scrafty. Scrafty also has Moxie, but it's no Crocodile. Also, on Route 17, I find myself a Bisharp, which is a Pokemon of equal caliber as Crocodile. With our next destination being Aether Paradise, I prepare to leave the island, and just before I do, I challenge the island Kahuna. He has a pretty gnarly team, but it's nothing we can't handle. I start by power gemming the Sableye. He also does the same, but our power gems are more powerful, so we take him out first. Second is Krokorok, so I U-turn out into Scrafty. A single Brick Break takes out Krokorok, giving us the Moxie boost as well. Finally is Persian, who goes down to a single Brick Break. This defeats Nanu, giving us reign over 3 islands. At Aether Paradise, we fight against a lot of employees, but the real target we're after is Lusamine. She has a weird ice collection, so we're here to take her down for Pokemon poaching. She starts the battle with Clefable, so we start with Bisharp. Iron Head is all I need to take him out. This baits in Beware, and I don't have a good counter for him since it knows Drain Punch, so I just use Muck to stall him out. After a couple turns of Acid Armor and Venom Drenches, eventually the Beware goes down. I also use Muck to stall out the Milotic. Muck is specially defensive, so once it goes down to red health, I switch into Persian to use a Fake Out. This takes out the Milotic and baits in Lilligant. I switch into Incineroar, who cures the Stun Spore with a Lumberry. Now that I have no item, I go for Acrobatics, which does big damage. She goes for Teeter Dance and try to confuse me, but a U-turn hits and takes out the Lilligant. This also gives me the free switch into my next Pokemon, Scrafty. The last Pokemon is Lopunny, who goes down to the red with Brick Break. Unfortunately, we get immobilized by Cute Charm, so I switch into Persian and use a Fake Out to take out the Lopunny. This defeats Lusamine in a pretty one-sided match. After that little family reunion, we make our way to Pony Island where we finally catch an Inkay. Inkay has Contrary, which reverses all stat changes. This can be pretty useful in specific situations. I also find myself a Carvanha, eventually a Sharpedo at Pony Breaker Coast. These will be the last encounters before my next objective. Our next task is to make it to Executor Island where I encounter a big problem. The game file got corrupted as soon as I stepped foot on the island, and now I can no longer play my Ultra Moon copy. So what did I do? I transferred all my data to my Ultra Sun copy. Now this might be seen as cheating because the future battles will be different, but I think it actually made it harder. The Necrozma fight that we have to do on the Altar of the Sun is now changed to a Steel Psychic type instead of a Ghost Psychic type, so this battle will be harder. And the battles for Mina's trial will also be different. None of these switches really matter since all of the fights are about the same difficulty. Also, just because we are in Ultra Sun does not mean we can catch ourselves a Houndoom. It was not originally in the Ultra Moon game, so we cannot catch it here. Okay, we're back on track. Now that I'm at Executor Island, I take the flute and I'm off to my music recital. As I make my way through Vast Pony Canyon, I have one more encounter available to me. In the hidden depths of Vast Pony Canyon, I can fish for a Corphish. Corphish does have shell armor, but is not a good Pokemon. It's slow and it's not even defensive. All it has is high attack and that's about it. With the Totem Kommo-o coming up next, I make sure to prepare well for this fight. Kommo-o is a fighting type Pokemon, so it does have super effective moves against me. But since I am the Nuzlocke doc, I come up with an ingenious plan that involves all of the Pokemon on my team right now. Pause the video to guess what it is. By having Incineroar and Absol sit on the bench, Scrafty and Malamar will also have the opportunity to sit. This also allows Crawdon to be benched, and thus Muck can Toxic Stall. Yup, this was the best and safest plan that I could have come up with. I hit Kommo-o with a Toxic, and now's the waiting game. Muck has the leftovers, so by switching between Protect and Venom Drench and Acid Armor, we eventually take out the Totem Kommo-o. Not the most creative victory, but in a Nuzlocke, you do what you have to. Anyway, this defeats Kommo-o, which gives us the 7th Totem Badge. Like I said here, this fight has changed from a Ghost Psychic type to a Steel Psychic type, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult. With Necrozma siphoning energy from Solgaleo, we have to fight their combination, Duskmane Necrozma. Now, when you think of Necrozma, you think of the fight that everyone says is super difficult, the fight that you need Zoroark for. Well, this fight is not it. The AI here is so dumb that I went for a Psycho Cut on my Dark type. Only after missing 3 Psycho Cuts does it realize that I'm a Dark type and it actually has to use a different move to hurt me. Unfortunately, by that time, it's too late and we take it out with a Crunch. Now we get to the fight that's really difficult, and yes, we're going back to our same old strategy, Toxic Stall. A lot of people say that half of this game is completed by Toxic Stalling. I'm inclined to agree. I tried to use the least amount of Toxic Stall, but in the end, I still had to use it. We stalled the Raticate, we stalled the Araquanid, we also stalled Kommo-o, and we're about to stall this. But I promise you, after this fight, there will be no more Toxic Stalling. All of my fights after this, including the Totem Ribombee, will be purely battles. Speaking of which, with Ultra Necrozma defeated, our next task is Totem Ribombee. But, before we can do so, we have to first do Mina's trial. All we have to do is fight the trial captains and get their petals. Against Mina, I started with Malamar, who gets a +1 from Intimidate. Superpower now takes out the Mawile. Against Ribombee, I thought Mandibuzz would be faster, but I forgot that it has EVs again. Thus, a Fairy-type Z-move takes out Mandibuzz, and we're back to square one. Remember how I said that there would be no more Toxic Stalling? I think I lied. I have to Toxic Stall this fight. Like I said, you do what you gotta do. When you're alone at night, Toxic Stall is your friend. Anyway, a simple head is all we need to defeat Mina, getting us the first petal. With the level cap at 55, please welcome somebody who's been sitting the bench for a long time now. Yes, we finally get access to Tyranitar. The rest of the petal fights weren't difficult at all, so I'll skip those and move straight to the Totem Ribombee fight. Now, I promise you, this fight was not Toxic Stalled, so here's what I came up with. Okay, so this is indeed going to be the hardest totem battle we have yet to face. This is going to be really hard because she has +2 in every single stat. So we saved our Focus Sash for exactly this situation. We're going to live whatever move it does to us, and then we need to crit a Stone Edge. There's a 50-50 chance. We have to hit the crit. Yes! Oh, there was so much we could have missed as well. There you go. A non-Toxic Stall fight against the hardest totem Pokemon. With that, we have now completed all of our totem trials. There isn't much in front of us now. We've got the Grand Trial for Hapu, Mount Lanakila, and then the Elite Four. I think I'm starting to see the finish line. The start of the Hapu fight starts pretty easy. I go for a Swords Dance as Golurk sets up a Stealth Rocks. I go for another Swords Dance, and Golurk goes for a Hammer Arm. The Chople Berry that I have weakens the damage, so we're able to take the hit. Night Slash is now strong enough to kill the Golurk and take it out with one shot. Night Slash takes out the Mudsdale. and it also takes out the Gastrodon. Flygon's actually faster, so I switch out into Scrafty, and Ice Punch takes it out, winning us the Grand Trial. This is one step closer, guys, to the sweet, sweet finish line. On Mount Lanakila, Gladion challenges us to a battle, but we do what we must and we take out the trash. On Mount Lanakila, we get our last encounter, which happens to be the jolliest Sneasel. This Sneasel is literally so perfect because it has 31 attack IVs and 29 speed IVs with a plus speed nature. Literally cannot get better than this. Now, all that's left in front of us is the Elite Four. At this moment, I want to give a huge thanks to Twitch chat. They were with me the entire time, and they've seen me go through all the stages of denial. We talked about stories, girls, the lack thereof, and much more. So if you want to be able to talk to me on a more personal level, come check me out on Twitch. Anyway, the Elite Four battles were pretty intense, and I don't want to spoil their excitement by talking over them, so I'll let Present Me do the commentating. Are you guys ready? Because I'm ready. Yeah, that's right. Let's hope this does go better than the Black 2 water. We're going to start with Acerola. So the plan for Acerola is quite simple. We have Scope Lens, Super Luck, Night Slash. We are just going to crit everything with a Night Slash until we win the battle. So Frostlass immediately second sucks. Let's switch into you. And then we can kill it with Night Slash. Nice. Let's switch back into Absol. Great, missed a slam. That's perfect. And now we can go back to Night Slashing everything. I think we're faster, and I think we kill everything. So, I think this battle is won. That's Acerola. 100% crit Absol is so good. This is for the weird horse girls out there. This fight's for you. Like, honestly, Kahili should be no problem for Weavile. Solid. That's 2. Okay, so Mandibuzz we actually cannot kill, so we have to switch into you to kill. Ladder. Interesting. Brave-Bird. Okay. Odd. Hit the Stone Edge? No, it's the other ability. What is it trying to do with Brave-Bird? Oh, wait, how did I miss the Stone Edge? I'm Zoom Lens. Oh, it's only like 96 accuracy. Can you hit, please? Oh my god, that's 3 fucking turns in a row. Can you hit, please? Finally! God. Probably wants to Beak Blast me? Oh, it can also Bullet Seed me. Okay. Great. Okay. So we are faster, right? So doesn't this just die to, like, an Iron Head now? Because we got the Defiant boost, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Burns us, but that's fine. Okay, Oricorio. This wants to use Revelation Dance, which is a fire move. Let's switch here into Tyranitar, and then we can probably like hit it with a Aqua Tail. Yeah, Revelation Dance shouldn't do that much. I actually think we're dead to flinch into another one, so I think Absol tanks whatever. Air Slash, do we tank? Shoot. I was supposed to use Tyranitar here, but like I flinched too many times. Holy fuck. I'm losing somebody here already because my fucking Tyranitar choked. I think Absol is the least valuable right now. Or wait, hold on. How much is it doing to Weavile? It's slower than Weavile, and I think Weavile takes a hit. It takes an Air Slash, and then we kill it with, like, Ice Punch. Because, like, it sees the Air Slash kill. Oh, fuck me. This should be fine though. We do take a Revelation Dance. Okay, here's the damage. Okay, don't crit, don't crit, don't crit, don't crit, don't crit, don't crit. It says 87% on my screen. Oh, it hit the one roll that kills me. I think Tyranitar can take a non-crit. Peter Dance? Me. Please hit it, hit it, hit it. Okay, I think we're sacking Absol here as well. Alright, goodbye Absol. You did really well. Fucking Tyranitar choked. Okay. That went so wrong. Tyranitar choked so hard on that dick. Holy shit. It choked so hard on that flatter dick. So I'm pretty sure this is just a sweep with Scrafty once we take out the Armaldo. So it's Iron Head twice to take out the Armaldo. Okay, that works too. So we'll switch here and we'll... Oh, okay, it went for counter. Okay, Brick Break. Nice. Okay, so now it dies, because if it tries to go counter, it moves last and it dies. Easy. Nice avoid. Okay, good. Oh, nice avoid. Nice avoid. That's how you not choke, okay? See, that's how you not choke. That's how you clutch. Okay, and then last out is Gigalith. Okay, paralyzed. Oh, it's going for Paraflinch. It's going for Paraflinch! Alright, I take back everything I just said. Perfect. But this is an easy Elite Four. The real hard one is Molayne. This guy is the toughest Elite Four. This is Prankster Klefki, who tries to go for Reflect, so I think we Brick Break first turn to break the Reflect. Okay. And then now, because it knows that we have Brick Break, it's gonna go for like a Spikes or Thunder Wave. So we Fire Punch. Good. Perfect. Metagross. Okay, so we specifically EV'd this thing to always kill with Flare Blitz. Why is this so fast? Wait, hold on. Why is it so fast? Here, the plan was to switch into Weavile and kill with Brick Break because Weavile is faster. But now that we lost Weavile because Tyranitar choked, we have to do this with Scrafty, and we're risking 2 crits. So he can't crit me this turn. Spikes. Okay. So Spikes does, like, just under half health. Let's Protect for leftovers. Okay, and if we live this, we can kill with Brick Break. Okay. And now we can kill with Brick Break. Okay. Magnezone wants to go Flash Cannon or T-Bolt. So the Sandstorm comes up and it gives us the special defense boost. And it should use Thunderbolt. Yeah, because Thunderbolt was higher damage on the Scrafty. And we have Babiri Berry to reduce steel damage so that it keeps going for Thunderbolt. Perfect. But we're faster, so you'll never actually get to make use of it. Plus, you're a special attacker. Okay, so Bisharp wants to go Iron Head. That's the Elite Four. With the Elite Four defeated, we can now challenge for the title of champion. For context, the plan was to use our 2 fastest Pokemon in Absol and Weavile to sweep their team. But now that they're gone, I'm really gonna have to pull something out of my ass. Okay, this is it. This is the last one. This is all we need to do. Just get past How, and then we're good. We're safe. So I'm banking on a lot right now. I'm banking that the next Pokemon in is going to be Vaporeon. I'm also banking that this Raichu doesn't, like, kill me. We're going to Leech Life to restore HP. Miss the Focus Blast. That's big. Good. Perfect. So, is this Vaporeon? Tell me it's Vaporeon. Perfect. Oh, it's faster. Okay. Charm. Good. Perfect. There's Defiant. So basically, once it runs out of Hydro Pumps, it can only help me set up. Okay? That's 3 Hydro Pumps. Okay, that's 4 Hydro Pumps. Perfect. That's so perfect. Because now all this thing has is Quick Attack, which is absolutely garbage. It can only help me set up now. Now we can just keep going with Iron Defense. We're gonna keep going until we have full health. We can start attacking now, yeah. Okay, withdraws Vaporeon. Interesting. Alright, it's just dead. It's not gonna burn all its potions, so there we go. Okay, Tauros. Perfect. This is a free +1. This is free. Let's kill it with Brick Break. Ooh, it's faster. Interesting. Oh, it's fine. We're at +6, though. Okay, nice. Okay, Decidueye doesn't really have anything on me. Can this kill? Probably, yeah. Nice. So it's just Vaporeon and Noivern left. Okay. D-Pulse, how much is that? Okay. And now it's dead? Okay. And now it's back to Vaporeon, who doesn't have any more Hydro Pumps. That's what I'm fucking talking about! That's what I'm talking about. Bisharp, you're a god. We're Alola's first champion! And this is all Hardcore Nuzlocke. And that's how you do a dark-only Ultra Sun/Moon Hardcore Nuzlocke. Suck a dick, you haters. This was a lot of fun to do, so thank you guys all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and comment down below what you would have done. Again, thank you guys for 10,000 subscribers. So until next time, thank you for watching.